always amazed at how interdependent our bodily functions are. One thing being off balance can lead to a domino effect of other problems. For example, how anxiety and stress can lead to insomnia, and how insomnia further aggravates anxiety and stress. Today on Health Matters, we look into the relationship between sleeplessness and anxiety, the reason for this connection, and what we can do about it. Joining me in studio today is Dr. Marshini Naidu, a specialist psychiatrist. Dr. Naidu, maybe we can start off just by explaining to our viewers why there is a connection between sleeplessness and anxiety.
So anxiety disorders usually set the body into a state of flight and fight mode. And when one is in a state of high alert, going to bed becomes quite an anxiety-provoking task in itself. So together the two, becomes a vicious cycle. Usually anxiety is a symptom of some sort of underlying condition. There's acute and chronic insomnia. And acute insomnia, usually it's an adjustment. So in the times that we're currently in, the stress of COVID-19, uncertainty, or other stresses like relationship problems could lead to a few nights of sleeplessness or difficulty falling asleep. There's no quantitative amount of sleep that defines insomnia. It's more the quality of sleep, feeling refreshed and restored when waking up. So it's more to identify what that stressor could be. And usually if it's something acute, like a breakup or financial stresses, it's short-lived and overcome. Okay. But then we go into chronic insomnia, where there's an underlying either physical or a psychiatric or emotional problem. And it's usually treating that the insomnia would be treated. But usually, the first line of treatment is adjustment. We call it sleep hygiene.
Okay.
So making the bedroom a comfortable place. And I think with the lockdown, a lot of people have used the bedroom as their office space.
Yes.
So it's creating ambience for the nighttime, darkening out the rooms, restricting light. Simple tips as, lower your caffeine. As much as one would think a drink at night could help with anxiety to aid sleeping, it's often found that alcohol consumption at bedtime can aggravate insomnia.
Sleeping tablets are sometimes the go-to for a lot of physicians. How addictive is this?
Quite addictive. So if there's a need, following what we had discussed, primary technique, sleep hygiene, and failing that, the next step is to find the cause for the insomnia.
Okay.
Should it be depression or an anxiety disorder, phobia, obsessive-compulsive disorder? We opt for an antidepressant to target the anxiety symptoms. But in the interim, before the treatment can take effect, one may opt for a hypnotic sleeping tablet, which do work acutely, quickly. But then, similarly to other substances of abuse, the brain develops tolerance and it becomes another nightmare where one becomes not enough and an addiction can occur. Oftentimes, we do refer to psychologists as well, where CBT, cognitive behavior therapy, does help because together with that relaxation technique, just to breathe, get the patient in a relaxed state, mind space. CBT helps with almost changing a negative thoughts frame into a more positive thought frame. So instead of thinking, I'm not going to fall asleep, I can't sleep, to think I will sleep, it's more a mind shift change. While the treatment is in progress, psychotherapy is always indicated, almost always indicated. And that does seem to treat the sleep or the insomnia, help with the depression and anxiety, and assist with the weaning off of a benzodiazepine or any hypnotic.
Dr. Naidu, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
It's been quite a year for all of us. We've all felt the effects of COVID-19 in some way or another. Do not underestimate the damaging long-term effects that anxiety and sleeplessness can have on your body and mind. If you are feeling overwhelmed, stressed, or anxious, don't ignore it. Speak to a family member or friend for emotional support. Do not hesitate to seek medical help because small interventions can go a long way in helping you feel like your old self again.